Hildebrand is back and full of spectral beans. I hate that. While I've enjoyed what time I've spent in this far-flung forest that I can remember, we should be getting back to our own world soon. Would you happen to know how we might go about doing that? Well, restore my soul with a spirit vessel? Say no more. Your cursory description was more than enough for me to grasp the concept completely. It's not unlike brewing the perfect cup of coffee, which means our task is clear. We require the services of a skilled soul sommelier. Sommelier? I know a soul sommelier named MacLeod. Splendid. I see that even in this world you rub shoulders with the cream. Ew. Let us pay this MacLeod a visit. I'm not sure what you plan to do with souls, but if you require MacLeod's assistance, we can help. Aye, they've aided us time and time again, and I reckon they do the same for your friend here. Come with us to the Cabinet of Curiosity. If you're ready, I'll call for a big lug. Ah, the genius soul sommelier. You come highly recommended by Trash. And what an adorable little puppy you have. Soul what? Puppy? I beg your pardon, but there seems to be some confusion. Puppy? Who is this imbecile, Trash? I have half a mind to make him dig a hole so I could throw him in it. Huh. But I presume he's a friend of yours and one in need, no less. Yeah, he's an idiot, I'm sorry. What? Another of your friends that needs to be sent back to the source. Have you forgotten how complex and difficult it was to do it the last time? Yet you waltz in here and ask me this favor with the air of one shopping for a new hat. Can I get a new hat? His case is no different from the others, at least. He's present only in soul as they were. We'll need another spirit vessel, of course. You don't happen to have one already. You don't happen to have one on you already, do you? No. They all kinda... Oh, maybe I do. Entrusted to you by the Crystal Exarch, you say? Blech. If you only know how you were using it. Fortunately, I have a Porxia on hand. We've been using it to treat patients at the risk of transforming into eaters, but I suppose it's due for a change of pace. There is, however, one concern. In case I didn't make it clear before, the process can place great strain upon one's soul. If he's lacking in resilience, there is a chance that his will not survive. That his very essence will be rent asunder. After what he's lived through, it would be implausibly anticlimactic for him to die like that. Haha, Trash knows me all too well, I assure you, my good sommelier, who is most certainly not a dog. You needn't worry for Hildebrand Helidor Maximilian Manderville. Yes, I get the distinct impression that the gods themselves could not kill him if they tried. And they have. Come along then, Hilda. Can't be bothered to remember that name. 1,000 thanks. Simply point me to the soul safe and I shall hop right in. The rest of you can wait here. I promise I won't hurt him, no matter how much I might be tempted. Here, get him the fuck out of here. You'll be pleased to know that the process was smooth and uneventful. Honestly, I was hoping for more of a challenge. All you need to do is take the spirit vessel back to the source and bring it in contact with his corporeal body. He should awaken immediately with his soul and memories intact. If there's nothing else, Vonard and I should be getting back to our duties. It was a pleasure, Trash, if all too brief. I won't pretend I understood even a fraction of what happened, but I'm glad I was there for it. Till we meet again, rest assured that Thaler and I will be doing our damnedest to look after the people here in your absence. Yeah, let me spend another $1,000 to go back to Ratchet's End. Where's his body? You're back, and not a moment too soon. We have an emergency on our hands. The inspector's soul is in this, you say? That's great, but we have another problem now. His body's gone missing. We went to the markets to do some shopping, and when we came back, he was nowhere to be seen. I double-checked that every door was locked before we left, but there's nothing to suggest someone forced their way in. We've got a case in our hands, the case of the evaporating inspector. We must begin our investigation at once. Come on, let's start looking for witnesses. What about these two? What'd y'all see? Okay. Did I see anyone get carried out of that house, you ask? I was too distracted with stock taking to make note of any comings or goings. Sorry I couldn't be of more help. Bruh. I didn't see anyone carry a person out of that house, no. But I did see a man carrying a particularly large sack. So heavy he strained to lift it. I didn't think much of it at the time, but now that you mention it, it was a bit suspicious. So we're looking for a man with a huge sack. Ah, there you are. This man says he has vital information that'll help us in our investigation. He is a thief. Or a reporter. What are you wearing on your head? Pleasure to make your acquaintance. I am De Leon, editor-in-chief of the Thavnarian Truth, a monthly publication devoted to exploring unexplained and otherworldly phenomena of our isle. Oh no, you're a fucking ghost hunter. Your companion shared with me the news of your friend's disappearance, and I happen to know precisely who is behind the incident, but I fear you may not like the answer, for the kidnapper is not of this star. They come from the heavens, from the beyond the great expanse. They descend in curious, saucer-shaped airships to study our world, our society, our buildings, our very bodies. You shudder, no doubt, as you realize of whom I speak. It couldn't be, you protest. Oh, but it could, and it is. Your dear friend the inspector has been abducted by aliens. He absolutely has not. Oh, but he'll be fine, you assure yourself. After all, they just want to understand us better. You poor deluded child. That they do, but to what end? Why else? That they might one day take over our world. Look, there's some grass over there. Go touch it. What is worse, they plot to do so with the aid of collaborators. For the Charlatans are in league with our would-be overlords, providing the aliens with vital information. Oh, it might have been aliens. Vital information on our vulnerabilities in exchange for a position of power within their regime. The final days was also the work of these alien invaders, an attempt to sow chaos, that our world would be easier to conquer. Blessedly, it was thwarted, if only by dumb luck, as those that did the thwarting were blissfully unaware of the true nature of the threat. It was me. I'd hoped the setback would discourage the aliens from coming back, if not move them to abandon their ambitions, but it would seem events have only emboldened them, if they are indeed carrying out abductions here in Rajasthan. Even as we speak, your friend lays prone on a sterile bed in their base on the surface of the moon. where they poke and probe him with inscrutable instruments as their floppy ears wiggle with fiendish delight. Ah, but I've said too much. I must continue my investigation in secret. The fate of our world is at stake. I don't think the Loperits stole Hildebrand. Oh no, that sounded awful. We have to go to the moon and save the inspector at once. I think it was a few materia short of a full melt. Huh? So you don't think the inspector is somewhere getting probed by aliens? If not them, then who's probing him? A man with a big sack? That sounds promising. Maybe someone else can tell us more. Big sack. Huge sack. Someone up ahead may have seen something. Let's ask around. Nashu is now accompanying you. Keep her at your side in order to proceed with quest objectives. You can leave Nashu behind by entering a different area or by speaking her and selecting the option to part ways. If you wish to have Nashu accompany you again, return and speak with her at the original location. Pariga and his family are the nicest people. They've got such gentle eyes and long snouts, too. Longer than anyone I've ever met in Eorzea. Weird. Daritri! Hello. The man with the sack. Indeed, I couldn't help but take note of him as he passed, trying so very hard to be inconspicuous with his giant testicles. He descended to Alzadal's path, then went over the fountain where he met with a merchant, I believe. Such a huge sack it was, my mind was racing with the possibilities of how big his testicles were. That had to be our man, right? We need to hunt down that merchant. Yep. Oh, there's a talkie thing. Let's go to the talkie thing. Look at this fountain. It's incredible, isn't it? It reminds me of the giant statue of Lord Godbert at the Gold Saucer. Once the inspector's back on his feet, we'll have to show him. Oh, Godbert's got more of a bulge. Oh, the travailing merchant. Yo, you seen a dude with huge nuts around here? A man with a large sack? Yeah, you bet I saw him. In fact, I sold him my chocobo. At first I told him to fuck off. That bird and I go way back and so forth, but he was in a hurry and his offer was very generous. When you're in my line of work, you can't afford to get too sentimental. And now I can buy a whole stable's worth of chocobos. Did you say where he's planning to go next? He was muttering something about having to get to Saltwind's Welcome in a hurry. Probably why he was desperate for a chocobo. It's a long way to go on foot, never mind his sack. Did you hear that, Trash? We need to head to Saltwind's Welcome right away. That's the wrong way. Alright, well, I mean, right away. Here we are, which means a mysterious man with the mysterious sack must be near. Keep your eyes peeled. Over there, that man is definitely up to no good. Maybe he's waiting for a co-conspirator? We should stay out of sight and watch what happens. Ah, Mr. Chupacabra? But he expressly told us he had put the evil schemes behind him. He wouldn't lie, would he? The goods appear to be none the worse for wear. Very well. Your payment, as promised. My client will be most pleased. Ooh. Oh. Oh no, that's the dude from fucking Zod, isn't it? Oh no, is he gonna feed the inspector to that giant monster? Yeah, Dr. Loogie. It is an honor and a pleasure as always, Dr. Loogie. I have faith this specimen will meet with your satisfaction. So this is said to be the strongest, most resilient in all the world. The Manderville Man. None other. He has weathered countless explosions and a multitude of martial abuses, including a devastating suplex I myself did witness. It is even said he survived a journey to Dalmud itself, and survived the Lesser Moon's fall with nary a scratch. Most fortunately for us, he has fallen into a coma from which I am assured he will never awake. You are free to do with his body as you please. Wee-hee-hee. Even the mightiest of warriors can't fight while asleep. Those meddlers may have gotten the better of me and my beautiful boy in the Tower of Babel. Babel, not Zod. But my next child will be all but invincible. With this body mine to command, I will exact a bloody, glorious revenge. Oh, okay, that's a new one. Forgive my boldness, Dr. Loogie, but when might I expect the rest of my payment? I have debts that must be repaid. I'm just gonna kill you. Worry not, with the Telophoroi gone for good, the vast fortune of House Brutus is entirely at my disposal. I shall shower you with wealth, my loyal minion. And gladly shall I accept the spoils, Doctor, and resolve never to renounce my wicked ways, for surely this time I will suffer no comeuppance. Oi, I whipped your ass once. No, not you. Not now. I gotta go. Wait, Dr. Loogie, my payment. Wake up, Inspector! Oof. Could it be? The world's no longer purple. Stop moving, damn you. You're supposed to be the comatose centerpiece of my glorious revenge. Mommy. That's a real good effect. Alright, bye, Inspector. It was a fun hour, I guess. Not again. No. I don't know what that was supposed to be. Goodbye, have fun in jail. I say, that was a rather dramatic series of events to awaken to. But more importantly, after a brief detour, I find myself in my own world once more. My most sincere apologies for causing you such trouble, my loyal assistants. But rejoice, for Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, has made his triumphant return. Himbo Extraordinaire. Oh. Okay. This sure is something. Wait, Inspector. I knew it, an alien abduction, and to think I would have the chance to witness one with my own eyes. This month's issue of the Thavnarian Truth shall be the best one yet. Just when I thought we finally had the Inspector back, off he went, and then came back, and then floated off again. Should we go, like, look for him? Give me a minute. I know it's not the first time he's taken to the skies without warning, but still, it's always a little disappointing. But there's no use crying over flying inspectors. Let's go back to Ratchet's. Oh, Inspector, why have you left me again, and where have you gone? No, this won't do. Get it together, Nashu. There's a case to be solved. Just you wait, Inspector. Your loyal assistant Nashu will solve the mystery of your disappearance again. And don't you worry, Trash. As soon as I have a new lead, you'll be the first to know. Till next time. Was that the entire thing? Meanwhile, in Mar Lamentorum. I like that a lot. I take it back. I don't like this anymore. Oh, that's fine. That's just a chow. Okay. With astute mind and explosive panache, can find the crime and correcting the flash. Agent of an air, pure gentleman's flair. Our agent of inquiry, Hildebrand Manderville. Style. See you, Space Inspector.